This is where the whole story begins, right here in these pews in this church, wrestling with God. And many times I would end up at that altar rail, praying to discern God's will, figure out where to go. I felt God call me to go international at a time when not many people did international short-term mission trips. I told God I'd go anywhere in the world except to Haiti, a place with dying children, suffering people, a place where I know my heart would break. It's where God took me. I remember that our first trip, we decided to go in. The night we arrived, much later than expected, the streets were full of people.
We were in a vehicle and there were literally trash cans, metal trash cans lining the streets where they had fire in them. I was scared to death. Nothing about Port-au-Prince to me felt safe that night. The rest of the experience was very different than that. Once we got to know the people, boy, there's something about the Haitians. They are as sweet and as pure as they can be, and loving and joyful.
I never expected that at all. I had done mission trips for years, short-term mission trips everywhere, and never connected with the people. Went and did our task and left. And here, really connected with the people, and they are part of my life. I have really a deep love for our Haitian friends and family. James is one of my best friends.
Well, my first trip to Haiti was in June of 2011 with people from all different walks of life from all over the country. Our project was to build bunk beds for the kids to replace the metal ones that they did have. Actually, that's the first time I saw God in Haiti, in the eyes of the children there, because they were joyful, happy, and these children, all they had was even less than the basics. And we put the new bunk beds in there. And I remember thinking that I've got to do something. I've got to help here. When we first went down there, we were doing all the work. We would go in with projects to complete and projects to do, and there was a team that did it. And over the years, what has taken place is that the Haitians, the people that were with us, started to get involved.
That's why the school started, without us even being there. Because of the training and stuff that Doug and Stuart have done with all the workers there, they've been able to take the reins and do some of the work that they wouldn't have been able to do before.
This is a house of worship. This is a place of praise, where every demon trembles, where we proclaim your name.
I was never really on board with the school. I went down to build an orphanage, and dorm 1 is up and going. Dorm 2 is 2/3 done, and we can't seem to get it finished. But the Lord is moving, and the Lord is doing things, and the Lord is moving for what's right for the Haitians.
Come alive in the name of Jesus. Come alive in the name of Jesus. This is a house of miracles.
Solar in Haiti is important because the things that we use for life, electricity, for lights, for washing machines, for cooking, for welding, all comes powered by electricity. Area we are in Haiti, there's no grid, and diesel right now is nearly $20 a gallon. And so we've started that process. And with additional batteries, we got the power to provide security and fans for the school to operate. And so that many more kids will get to come to school, learn language and about Jesus, and become change agents in their own country.
The school is super important because the people that surround us are unable to pay for normal school. You have school fees and you have uniform fees, and a lot of Haitians cannot afford that. We're able to offer that to people who are around us for less of a cost. Our director said she's got all of these families in the neighborhood that want to have their kids in our school, but we're out of room. So building this new campus allows us to reach further into our neighborhood, which could include quite a few voodoo children. And one of the coolest things that's happened so far is that we have 5 kids, I believe, who have worked so hard throughout the year and through the summer, thanks to James, our director, that they're gonna skip a grade. And we have never had that before. I'm super excited about that. So fantastic to see these kids who are behind in their education catch up because they wanna learn and they're motivated, and it's super exciting to see that.
Jesus tells his disciples in Matthew 16 that he is going to build his church and that not even the gates of hell itself will be able to stand against it. We've seen a church start springing up in the midst of God's garden. And now it's time. It's time to build a home for these Christians, an outpost on the front lines of Jesus building his kingdom and knocking down the gates of hell.
In my faith walk, I realize we are in God's hands. Faith requires risk. You can trust him that he will use you. He doesn't waste anything. He doesn't waste experiences, connections, relationships. Everybody has something that God's going to use.
I encourage you to get involved and to help us. And in doing so, be prepared, because it could change you. It could change you as it did myself.
We invite you to take this journey with us, because there's still miracles yet to behold. There's still amazing things that we haven't seen. We want you to be part of it.